Centerstone Walk for Life is significant because we are raising awareness about depression and we're preventing suicide. People have lots of misconceptions about depression, that it's just a lack of character, a lack of will. It's a serious disease that hijacks your brain and gives up your hope for life. So this is a walk for life. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death of teenage folks, and so teenagers learn by doing. They learn by getting involved. They learn by making a difference. And so this Walk for Life gives all the key clubs and all the high schools, middle schools, and elementary schools a chance to get involved. They're competing for the most walkers today, every school. Centerstone does about 1/3 of all its services out in the community. We reach out to people who are homeless in the jails, out in the camps. We go to 18 schools to offer prevention. We are at every emergency room when a rape victim presents. We're in the jails and the courts when people's alcohol and drug use or mental illness leads to problems with the law. So we are very present in our community and very active because we want people to feel like we are there for you. You know, one of the most thrilling things is the dove release. Those doves spiral higher and higher and higher, looking for home base, and then off they go. It's very uplifting. We also have a butterfly release. For each survivor, someone who's lost someone to suicide, the butterfly represents hope and rebirth. So those are the two highlights for me in the Walk for Life.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Are we all ready today for a 6-mile walk? Oh, they didn't tell you? Well, it's an honor to have been invited here today. My name is Melanie Bevan. I've been the Chief of Police in the city of Bradenton for about 7 months now. I came over from across the bridge, St. Petersburg, after spending about 29 years there, and I'm excited to have been invited here today. I'd like to thank everyone for getting up and out this morning to attend the 14th annual Centerstone Walk for Life, sponsored in part by Dr. Jennifer Bency and her team at the Department of Health, Manatee. So seriously, is everyone ready for a brisk walk today?
There's no audio? Yes, put this on it then.
I'll actually be heading to another event, thank goodness. So I won't have to join you today. I didn't put my walking shoes on, but I'm going to miss out on all the fun. Walk for Life is a chance to gather together to raise awareness around depression and suicide prevention. It's also a way to battle this issue head on. Psychologists who study exercise and depression suggest that a 10-minute walk is just as good as a 45-minute workout. So imagine how good everybody's going to feel today after 3 miles. Yes? Studies show that exercise has many ways in which it helps with depression and anxiety. It releases feel-good chemicals in the brain. It helps you gain confidence as you meet goals. And it's also a way to engage in social interaction and meet people. And imagine how many people this morning you have the opportunity to meet. So everybody, reach over and shake somebody's hand and say, thank you for being here today. Do that, please. Shake somebody's hand. Say hello. Make some friends. We're also here today to honor survivors, those in recovery, those still on their journey to recovery, family and friends who've been affected. Centerstone, led by CEO Mary Ruiz, has been in our community for 61 years. They are a partner to many, many organizations in the community and a partner to the Bradenton Police Department. They focus on treating and supporting anyone seeking treatment for behavioral health issues such as depression and anxiety, as well as substance abuse. And today gives us an opportunity to not only honor family and friends, but to pull together as a community for such a worthy cause. Your donations will help Centerstone continue serving people in our community who need access to critical crisis services. Why am I here today? The awareness of depression and prevention of suicide are especially important to me as a police chief and leader of 120 dedicated, hardworking officers who put their lives on the line every single day. Each year, more officers die by suicide than are killed in the line of duty. They're at a very heightened risk for suicide because of immediate stress that they face every day, extreme violence, concern for their safety that they have to get up and go home with to their families. They also experience a stronger likelihood of substance abuse, of domestic issues, and of poor physical health. And because of that, and because they're at the front line of defense for all of you, they deserve the very best treatment that we can provide. But unfortunately, there's a stigma attached to that. And it's been happening for quite a while. We must work together, and that's one of the reasons we're out here today, to remove the stigma of suicide and openly address the reality of officer mental health issues and suicide prevention. While at St. Petersburg in my 29 years, we lost 4 officers to suicide. And that really hits home for me as a police chief, and it's something that I don't want to see here in Brainton or in this community. Centerstone is there to help train our officers to recognize critical warning signs, to raise mental health awareness, and it empowers them to take responsibility, and that's what you need in your law enforcement officials. Remember, as a final note, that suicide is preventable, and it must be addressed. Centerstone has strategies and tools available for suicide prevention. And if you are struggling with thoughts of suicide, there is help and hope available to anyone who needs that. They and all of us in the law enforcement community and those standing behind me today are here to support you. So with that, I want to thank you again for being out here today on this very beautiful Saturday morning. Good luck on your run. Stay safe, and thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Chief Bevan. I would like to introduce our MC for this morning, Ms. Lauren Verno from Bay News 9. Everyone give her a great Walk for Life welcome.
Good morning, you guys. All right, I need everyone to come on in, get a little closer, get friendly. Come on, we're going to be talking, releasing doves. Get close, make friends. All right, guys, so my name is Lauren Verno. I work with Bay News 9. I've only been with Bay News 9 for about 6 months, though. I came from Gainesville before this. Can I get a Go Gators? Anyone out there? All right. So, I am very new to Bay News 9 and to Manatee County, but I am not new to this subject by any means. Suicide and depression, there's no race. There is no discrimination. The person next to you could be suffering with depression right now, and you have no idea. Think about it, your best friend. Now, this is a happy event. This is a time to realize that it can be prevented, and that you can prevent it by saying it's okay to talk about it. And that's what this event is about, talking about an issue that most of us don't want to talk about. So while you're out there today, start a conversation. Say hi to someone, smile at someone. You don't know if you'll be the only smile that person sees for the day. So with that, I have a lot of good announcements. After the 5K, we get food. Who's excited for food? I am. Always, always. Thank you, North River Kiwanis, for that. Relax. We've got inspirational words that are way better than mine. The butterfly release, prizes. I love prizes. Now let's introduce Reverend Sterling Forrester, who will be giving our invocation. Give it a warm.
Let us pray. Almighty God and Father of us all, we first thank you for this beautiful morning. We bow in recognition that this is a special day in our community, particularly made so by the commitment of all who are here in support of this worthy cause. For many, this is a return visit to this place. We are grateful for their renewed efforts and we are grateful to all who are here for the first time. We must never forget that all who are here today are giving freely of time and effort. They could have done something else on this Sunday morning, but they are here, they are walking because they care. We ask your blessings on all who worked in preparation for this event and upon all who are serving today. We ask your blessings upon all who benefit from today's walk. In your name we pray, amen.
It is now time to release the doves. Do we have a countdown? Ready? Start from 3. 3, 2, 1. Well. So actually, if you guys look above, the doves are going to circle around higher and higher, and then eventually they're going home. I was just told that. It's beautiful. All right, guys, so it's time to get a little more serious here for just a few moments. Now, we have to remember why we're here today. And we are very fortunate to have a community member who is willing to share a few inspirational words with us. So come on up here. Who's going to be doing that? Hi. Can we start with your name, please?
Eleuterio Salazar. You guys can call me Junior. Make it easier.
Make it much easier. All right, so I'm very loud. I can project. We're going to start with, you are here to tell us your story. And, you know, why did you feel obligated to come out and talk to us today?
You know, this December marks the 19th year that my father has been gone. My father committed suicide at the age of 9, a couple days before Christmas, actually. I have 2 younger sisters, and so you can imagine that a couple days before Christmas was the hardest thing that we had to ever experience in my life. Christmas was never the same for many, many years. It was something that changed our life forever. As a teen, I suffered from depression. I was put on medication. I went through counseling. I wasn't sure where my life was headed, but I was able to recoup from it. I was able to come. I'm here today. It's been 19 years, so. My mother, till this day, unfortunately, she still suffers from depression. She hasn't been able to get out of that, but she's a strong woman. She's still here fighting for her 3 kids. She has 2 grandchildren. So I give her major props for doing what she has done. But that's why I come here. I come here because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to walk in the shoes of someone who has suffered from depression, who has lost someone to suicide, especially someone very close. We see it all the time, and oftentimes it's looked to as a disease. And it's not a disease. It's an illness. It's something that we have to start talking about as a community, and we have to start engaging in conversations. So that's what brought me here today. But more importantly, I wanted to share with you the message behind those doves. So those doves equate to 4 different words, which are love, peace, faith, and hope. So love, you gotta have love from your family, from your loved ones, from your friends. It's the only way that you're gonna get through all of this. And it takes time before you get to put that wall down, because you will have a wall up. You won't wanna talk to anyone. You'll wanna hide from the world. You won't wanna see anyone. But eventually, that wall will come down, and you'll want to start engaging in conversation. It took me a long time before I was able to have this conversation and start sharing my story. But now I realize that by sharing my story, I can impact so many people and change people's lives. And then you have peace. We all need peace. We all need peace within our hearts. We need peace within our family. and we need peace within our community. The more we have peace, the more we have love. So spread the peace amongst yourselves, amongst our community, and amongst your own homes. You have faith. Faith is the only thing that's gotten me here today. After almost 19 years, I've carried my faith every single day. It's what wakes me up. I get to wake up every single day knowing that my faith has carried me here today. You have to carry and believe that there is a brighter day and someone else who may be going through the same thing that you've went through. Someone else who needs to hear the words of encouragement, the words of hope. And lastly, hope. You have to have hope. Hope that everything will be okay. Hope that no matter what, there will always be someone out there looking out for you and someone looking up to you. I now have a 6-year-old daughter. So even though I don't have a father, and I grew up most of my life without one, I get to dedicate my life to her. And everything I didn't have, I now get to be to her. And so that's why my daughter means the world to me, and I pride myself in being the number one father because I know what it's like to grow up without a father. And so when you hear someone say, I hate mom, I hate dad because they made me do my homework, or because they didn't let me go out on the weekend, remind them that mom and dad might not always be around. And I always tell people that. So remember, love your loved ones because you never know the situation that they're going through. I appreciate Mary Ruiz, Centerstone, and everyone for putting this together. It's a truly meaningful event. So again, I encourage you guys to share love, peace, faith, and hope. Thank you. I lost my father at the age of 9 to suicide, and so it's very important that we bring awareness to suicide prevention. And he suffered from depression. I suffered from depression at a very young age. My mother continues to suffer from depression, so having been through it myself, it's near and dear to my heart. I support the community. I support mental illness. So I know the issue very well, and that's why I came out here. I normally support the Out of the Darkness walk out on Siesta Key Beach, and I came out here this year to support this walk. It's important that we start educating our young people about the mental illnesses that are affecting our everyday people. The more and more that they're educated, the more and more that we can attack these issues aggressively. From a medical standpoint, from a psychological standpoint, from counseling standpoint. So there's so many things that we can do to treat these issues. And so the more and more that we talk to our youth about these issues, the more that we can get them engaged and help our community out. Ever since Mary Ruiz came in, she's been a great asset to them. She's came in, really changed it up, really redeveloped the organization, and has really started engaging the community more and involved and focused around rehabilitating our community and those that have been affected, not only surrounding mental illnesses, but those with addictions. So we've come a long way with Centerstone, and I'm so proud of the work that they've done. Congratulations to them for all the work that they do. They work so hard every single day. I'm so proud of them. I'm going to talk a little bit about my story. I'm going to share that a little bit. But most importantly, I'm going to talk about the message behind, the meaning behind the doves, the release of the doves, and what that signifies, and how those 4 pillars that are attached to the release of the doves can actually help someone recover and get through the process of suffering from depression or suicide prevention or suicide after losing someone to suicide. So that'll be the message, and I hope that it'll help someone eventually get through the process.
Well, it's part of the community, and it recognizes the value of each individual. I realize that a lot of people donate their time and their effort for it, and it makes it all worthwhile. Well, young people at this stage of life can get oriented to what service really is and concern for other people. They recognize the value of life and that this is an organization that seeks to promote that. Well, I think their work is invaluable. The need is great, and the hours that they put in, the diligence that they have means so much to all the community. Well, I think they ought to take away the fact that they have been a part of something more important than themselves, and that a lot has been accomplished here because they work together.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'd like to introduce Dr. Bensey. She is the administrator for the Florida Department of Health in Manatee, as well as a proud Centerstone board member. So go ahead, give her a round of applause, even while your mouths are full. You can still clap your hands.
Thank you, Lauren. Oops, excuse me, sir. How are you this morning? Did you run? Good. Congratulations to all of you for getting your exercise in bright and early this morning for a wonderful cause. We really appreciate your being there. I have to tell you, I've been on the Centerstone board over 3 years now, and I'm just extremely impressed with the team there. Their dedication, their passion to make a difference in this community is at the top of the ladder. So can we recognize all the Centerstone staff here today? Put your hands up and wave. Thank you for everything you do. I have to tell you, a colleague of mine in the community recently contacted me, and she was very concerned about her son and some substance abuse issues, mental health issues that he was dealing with. And she said, where do I go? Who do I turn to? And obviously, I sent her to Centerstone, and she keeps in touch with me now daily and is so pleased of the progress that he is making and the difference that all of us have made in his life. So I want to thank you, extend her thanks on to you for being here today and supporting this important cause. So thank you. I also want to remind you that mental health is connected to our physical health. Depression can lead to heart disease and other issues that we all want to prevent. So obviously, we also are dealing with substance abuse. Manatee County, we all know too well about those issues. And again, thanking Centerstone and all of us who are partnering to try to make a difference and help all of those affected, whether it be the individuals themselves, their children, and the entire healthcare system. So again, thank you for being here and putting this as a top priority for us in the community. I want to also thank my Florida Department of Health team. Health Department staff, can you raise your hand? Thank you all. Keisha Gaines, our Community Health Director, Pasquale Edward, the whole team. I also have to thank our Medical Reserve Corps. You've seen them today. There's a team here. There was a team on the bridge. There was a team on the south side. They're making sure that we're all healthy, everybody's hydrated, no injuries, and so please give them a round of applause as well. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. We are making a difference slowly but surely. Mental health, substance abuse, top priorities for our health plan in the community. We need everybody's involvement to make a difference. So please keep those communications coming to us, letting us know what's needed, and we will continue to fight the fight. So thank you all. I'm going to turn it back over to Lauren.
Thank you. All right, another big warm-up round of applause for Doctor. Thank you. I love calling you Doctor. All right, guys, first off, I have an announcement. Can Amy and the Butterflies please make their way forward? That is not a band, just singular, Amy and the Butterflies. Please make your way forward. Oh, it is a band. Awesome. Excited to hear it. All righty. Next joining us will be, this is a very important person, the CEO of Centerstone, Mary Ruiz. Please come to the stage. And also, will our Key Club volunteers please come forward to get ready with the next portion of events. I was in Key Club. Fun fact.
Hey, everybody. You did it. Give yourselves a hand. You're here because September is Suicide Prevention Month. Otherwise, we'd pick a cooler month, right, to walk? And I want to thank you because people who are depressed feel so alone. And look at you. You're here for them. You care. Centerstone is 61 years old, and we stand on the shoulders of all the people who came before us. We work the legacy of all the volunteers, all the Key Clubbers that came before you, all the students, all the walkers. And their legacy is what you see today, everything that's happening today. So what I want to ask you as you leave this event, as you think about your life, as you think about your own health, your own mental health, and the troubles that maybe your friends are having, what is your legacy going to be for depression awareness and suicide prevention? Are you going to say, this doesn't get better by itself? Are you going to say, there's help, Centerstone? Are you going to say, I'm here for you, I believe your pain, I believe your suffering? So this is what I hope you'll take on as your legacy after this walk is over. We have a special theme this year. We are honoring members of our military families and veterans, and also our first responders. Because as we learned today from Chief Bevan, we are losing more soldiers and more first responders to suicide than we are to the line of duty. We owe these people who keep us safe the support of this community. So I had a young person ask me, why are we all wearing the same t-shirt? And my answer was this: we are all Team Manatee. We are all Team Manatee to raise awareness for depression and to prevent suicide. There are no hopeless cases. Centerstone is ready to help 24/7. Do you know we have a walk-in center? You can just walk in downtown. You can call, you can go on the internet, and we don't charge for that call, for that walk-in, for that visit, for that assessment. So let everyone know, no one is ever alone in dealing with this illness. I'm so excited to share this day with you because I think you rock and you will rock the world. You will change these things. You will make a difference. So give yourselves a hand. You know, we have so many people to thank, all of our volunteers, our board members, our sponsors. And are you ready for those hamburgers and hot dogs from Kiwanis? Yeah, somebody's already eaten them, right. So thanks to North River, Kiwanis. Florida Patio is over here giving us a nice place to rest. Sam's Club brought a bunch of food. Synovus Bank counted up all the receipts, and Bright House has been here, and of course, METV. We could not have this event without METV. I want to thank Bay News 9 and Lauren. Where is she? Yay, there they are. So I have preliminary results. It looks like we raised over $8,000 from our sponsors. $11,000 online. And Darla, what's our figure? I think it's $3,500. I added it up all together pretty quickly in my brain. $3,500 today. So congratulations, everybody. This is one of my favorite parts of the whole event, the butterfly release. And I would like to ask those who are here who have lost someone to suicide to come up on stage to receive a butterfly. And also our bubble makers will disperse through, and everyone can have a bubble maker. So will survivors, those who've lost loved ones to suicide, please come up on the stage with me to receive a butterfly.
I just feel like it's just a way to get together, because some people think they're alone and they shouldn't feel that way, and it's a good way to all of us to relate or just come together and love one another. When we were walking, there was people that would say like, love you guys so much, even though we don't even know them. I mean, it was just a great feeling. It is. The picture that I have, is my brother Jesus. He passed away 2007. We were very young, and it was our first experience on kind of like experiencing death in a family member. Our second family member is our mom. We lost her on New Year's Day 2012. So it was a very hard time. But we are trying our best to stay strong, and being here, it helps a lot. It just, the joy of everybody, and I'm just so happy that we're bringing awareness to the community, because, I mean, not a lot of people know about it, so it's good to know. It's an awesome thing for young people to kind of know now, because there's a lot of young people who go through depression, and just to let them know they're not alone. It's something that a lot of teens go through, and we just want them to know that we are here for them, if anything. So
It's very heartwarming.
it's so nice. I mean, it just makes me happy. It brings a smile on my face, on our face, and we definitely do enjoy the event. So.
It just brings you to a point where you remember what's important in life and what friendship's all about, what family and love is all about. And it just reminds you you're not alone. Well, it makes me realize that there's a lot of young people that have to deal with it at a very young age. There's a lot of young people that need support and need to know that they're also not alone, and that if they're contemplating something like that, that they know that there's help and there's somebody that cares and somebody that wants to help them.
For the Middle School Champion Team Award, it's awarded to the middle school with the most registered walkers. This school will receive a Walk for Life Yellow Ribbon Trophy display at school. The middle school champion is Lee Middle School. The high school champion team. The high school with the most walkers who will get to take the Walk for Life Yellow Ribbon Trophy to proudly display in their school. This year's winner goes to Southeast High with Southeast had 144 registered people. A representative from Southeast, come up, please. And you'll want to get your folks together by the playground for a whole group picture. For our team awards, this award goes to the team that raised the most money. This team will receive a commemorative plaque, and the winner is the team honoring Ken Wagner. Somebody representing the team honoring Ken Wagner? She's coming. Great, thank you. The next award goes to the team that had the largest number of registered walkers. They'll receive a commemorative plaque also, and the winner stone is Centerstone West Warrior. Centerstone West Warrior. By the playground. Now the prize for the individuals who raised the most money. After the winner is announced, please pick up your prize and directly go behind the stage to get your picture taken. The highest individual fundraising prize for 18 and younger, the winner is Emily Brannon. She's won a package worth over $400. Congratulations, Emily. Great. Congratulations to our young winner. Now for the highest fundraiser, 18 above, the adult winner is Lindsay Wagner. She has won a package worth over $800. Congratulations to these hardworking, dedicated individuals.
Well, most of my life has been devoted to our children, and this being our 14th Centerstone Walk for Life is important because it helps focus our children that depression doesn't have to lead to suicide. This is something that we can treat. This walk gives our children from the Key Club and all of our wonderful sponsors an opportunity to understand that you can get help, that you're not alone. We actually have prior participants who have lost a family member that come forward and talk about this experience and lets our children understand it doesn't have to end with suicide. It can start with depression, but it can end up with happiness and a long and prosperous life. Charles, look at these wonderful children. We've got 500 children out here and a fair number of adults, and they're here for the right reasons. They're focused on providing help for each other, and the love in this park is absolutely amazing today. It's interesting because I'm seeing children here that I've seen in previous years. It's great to have them out here because it gives them a chance, the older ones, the high school kids, to interact with the middle school kids and share their experiences and help them understand that cyberbullying doesn't have to result in depression. It can result in support organizations like the Key Club and like all of the other schools represented here today. I want our children and the parents of our children to understand that they don't have to deal with these issues in a vacuum. Centerstone is there for them for emergency medical services as well as for drug addiction support. It doesn't have to have a tragic ending. Centerstone's role is to help it have a happy ending.
Well, Mary Ruiz came and spoke to me last October about becoming a board member. And I so strongly believe in Centerstone, i.e. was Manatee Glen's, the services it provides to the whole community for addiction, for depression, suicide, and the services that people are able to get here is just phenomenal. And Mary Ruiz, of course, does a wonderful job as the CEO for Centerstone. And Centerstone, of course, is nationally recognized throughout the whole nation. And I just think it has affected, every family goes through their times with depression, anxiety, mental health issues. And I don't think that everybody quite understands how deep mental health issues do go. And I'm just here to support Centerstone and do whatever I can to get the message out that we are here to help anyone who needs it. It's very important for young people to participate, first of all, because they're the ones in the schools, they're the ones with the friends that may have addiction problems, may have mental health problems, may have gone through a very bad home life, parents divorcing, feeling alone. That's one of the biggest things that I hear the students talk to me about is feeling a sense of insecurity and loneliness when they're going through certain phases in their life. Just being in middle school sometimes and not having a surrounding of wonderful friends. And so we all want to reach out to everybody, no matter what age, to help them with any kind of mental health that they may need in their life, and especially for the children. And if we can get them to open up to us, board members, community members, school board members, anybody, for any kind of help that they need to be a thriving, wonderful citizen in our community. That's what we're here to do. And we're here to support them, help them in any way that we can, and be there for them. Sometimes they just need someone that they know is there for them, that they can lean on, that they can call, they can talk to. And I will tell you, Centerstone has blessed and taken care of so many people in Manatee County, and we want to continue expanding and growing for the needing services right now with the heroin and opioid addiction, and hopefully we're getting a expansion of the hospital and continue helping those that need the help the most.
It's very important for Centerstone to host the 14th annual Walk for Life in partnership with the Florida Department of Health, Manatee. We are here trying to educate people, impact people's lives, and honor people who have been lost to depression and suicide. And so really it's very important for us not only to bring awareness, but to encourage people to get treatment and get help. It's so important for young people to get involved not only in this event, but also to be involved with understanding what depression is about. We want to be able to decrease depression in teens. We want to be able to decrease suicide in teens. Those are some very tough years for those folks. And so we want to be able to impact it early instead of people having to suffer their entire lives with depression. We can get to them early. There's some issues that teens deal with in terms of identity and gender and some other things that we really could get to the bottom of if we could have a chance to really reach out to them and save their lives. Absolutely. We have many, many outreach programs for young children, for teens, for adults, not only on the behavioral health and mental health side of the house, but as well as substance abuse side of the house. Sometimes those things are interrelated. So we've got not only programs to help people in crisis, like our Access Center and hospital, we also have programs, therapeutic programs. We have group support systems. We have our sexual assault rape crisis team. So there's so many doors that are open to people with suffering with anything that we can really help them with all sorts of mental health or substance abuse disorders. It's so important to have community outreach because not only do we want to be able to spread this powerful message, we want our community partners to be able to draw in people who they know to be able to spread this message as well. What we want to do is try to reduce the stigma as it relates to depression and suicide. And the only way we can really impact that is to have community involvement and have other people spreading the same message. It's very, very powerful to see not only children out here, teenagers, young adults out here. We have adults and older. We have staff members here who may have worked with Centerstone for 20 years. So that's so impactful. It's very meaningful. And for many people, it's very, very personal. So for those people who have specifically been impacted by depression and suicide, just to see the rally of support out here and know that they're not alone, that they're supported by not only their community members, but their family members are out here, other staff members are out here. So it's really more of a tight-knit sort of community that we've got. Sure. It's very important to be able to access help once you discover that you actually need it. We have open doors in any way you turn with Centerstone. When you call Centerstone, you can either go to our walk-in center, which is located on 6th Avenue in Bradenton, where you'll be assessed, and then a determination will be made about what treatment is best for you. You can also call and schedule an appointment at our call center. You can also come to our Access Center, which is located at our hospital, 2020 26th Avenue East in Bradenton. At our hospital location, we're open 24/7. So our philosophy is there's never a wrong door, and there's always a great time to seek treatment. Absolutely. So if you know someone who may need help, you can reach out to us and we can help guide you and give you some guidance and information that you can relay, because sometimes people are not quite ready to receive the help that they actually need. Oftentimes family members and friends can notice things before the person actually realizes it or actually decides to reach out and get help. So if you're a friend or family member who knows someone who desperately needs therapy or treatment of any kind, please call us and let us know, and we'll be able to give you the guidance and some direction.
Well, there's such an issue with the recognition and treatment of depression in the society as a whole. And secondly, depression can lead to suicide. Of course, I had a brother who did commit suicide, unfortunately, and so that's always been something that has been very close to me. I want people to recognize the symptoms of depression, realize it can be treated, and to know that there are ways to become more comfortable with one's life, and that suicide is not the answer. Yes, well, that's of course why I like working for the school system, because I like kids and appreciate their enthusiasm. It helps round out my cynicism a little bit at times. But it is very important that we start with young people and get them to understand, like I said, the symptoms of depression, that depression can be treated, and that suicide is not the answer. So I am very interested and have been from the very beginning involving the kids, and we had very good involvement today.
You know, we'll never really know the impact of this event, but I can see the impact on the faces here today when Mr. Salazar talked about losing his father just before Christmas when he was 9 years old. And I'm looking at the faces of these young people who can easily put themselves in his position, and they know it's real. and they can take that message home in their hearts. And if they find themselves in a tough situation, I hope that he will give them the courage and that we can give them the courage to reach out for help. It doesn't get better on its own. Absolutely, and there's all kinds of ways to reach out. If you're more comfortable online, you can send us a message through our website. If you're more comfortable on the phone, you can call us and talk to a counselor, or you can just walk into our walk-in center at 300 block of 6th Avenue West. There's no charge for any of those services.
Well, I'm hoping that it means that there is a better understanding developing about the symptoms and treatment for depression and the services available through Centerstone and other avenues, but locally, of course, mainly through Centerstone, so that people can get help. You know, if those avenues had existed when my brother was suffering so from depression, we might have been able to save him instead of having him pass away at 45. And also talk to their parents, because sometimes, you know, the kids see the parents having an issue and they can then know that there is help for their parents and can help guide their parents, as a matter of fact.
And growing up being a teenager is not
It's not easy.
No,
I
not
wouldn't
easy.
do it again. I would like to, Charles, take a little privilege here and thank Dr. Lucas for chairing the Walk for Life Committee for 14 years, for engaging the schools and the community, for sharing her story, and for working so hard each and every year. Thank you, Pat.